Hi, I'm Shannon with Tulsa Food, and today I'm excited to demonstrate to you a Moroccan dish using this really cool vessel called a tagine, which is traditional to Morocco. And the purpose of this vessel is that it has a lid that looks like an upside down funnel. And when the food is cooking inside, the steam comes into the lid and then self-bastes the food, and you just leave it. It's a fabulous one-pot meal that is delicious. It's easy and it's a crowd pleaser. This recipe uses ground beef, but you could use ground pork or ground veal or a mixture of any of those three. In the actual meatballs, I'm going to add chopped garlic, chopped onion, salt, pepper, breadcrumbs, an egg, and a special spice mixture from Morocco. Then I'll be making a sauce to cook them in, which is beef broth, tomatoes, onion, garlic, some golden raisins, and again, this mixture of spices from Morocco. And then I will add cilantro into both of those. The first thing I'm going to do is make the meatballs, and I'm working at the Galley sink, which is manufactured here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I really couldn't work very well without it. I'm so used to it. It's a great tool in my kitchen. To the ground beef, I'm going to add some minced garlic, about 2 cloves, and a whole onion that's been finely chopped. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, some kosher salt, some fine breadcrumbs, about 1/2 cup, 1 egg, that's the binder that helps them stay together, and then this is my magic, and this is called ras el hanout, and it is from Morocco. I bought it in Morocco. Ras el hanout means the head of the shop. So the spice shops in Morocco have their own recipes for their spice mixtures. Sometimes it might be only 10 ingredients, sometimes it may be up to 100. This particular one has 36 in it. And for the purposes of you making it at home on the recipe online, I have several spices that you can use. You can add to, you could also purchase this online. It's readily available. So it's a lot of different spices such as turmeric, cumin, ground ginger, a little bit of lavender, and different chili peppers, plus a lot of other things. So I'm going to put about 2 heaping teaspoons into the meatballs. It is not spicy hot, so it's not going to cause a problem there, but it does add an immense amount of flavor. So at this point, I'm going to get rid of the spoon and use my hands to make the meatballs. I like to use my hands to form the meatballs, but it's important that you don't overwork the mixture because it could make your meatballs too dense and tough. So you want to gently work with it just to get it combined and then start making the meatballs. Now that my mixture has come together, I'm going to make little balls about the size of golf balls. And again, I don't want to pack them too tightly. I want it to just be a gentle little ball, and I like to put them on parchment paper that's on a baking sheet, and I just place them as close together as they can go until I fill it up, and then they're easily go into the pot. Now I'm going to prepare the sauce in the tagine, and if you don't have a tagine, you can easily substitute with a large skillet that's pretty deep and has a tight fitting lid, and you'll get the same result. It's just nice to use the tagine because it has great presentation and it's authentic to Morocco. I purchased this one at the Cook's Nook in Tulsa. So I'm going to take the lid off, and I have preheated it. I'm going to add some oil. You can use olive oil or just a neutral oil. Once that's hot, which it's already hot, I'm going to add my chopped onions. And I'm going to cook these until they're translucent. Now I'm going to add the chopped garlic, and I always add it after the onions have cooked because the garlic can burn very quickly. So after only about 30 seconds, once I get a really fragrant garlic aroma, I know it's time to add the other ingredients. So I've got about 1.5 cups of beef stock, some stewed tomatoes, these are just out of a can, with the juice. I'm going to stir this together and add some kosher salt, some black pepper, and another heap of the ras hanout. And again, on the recipe online, there are other options of spices that you can use if you're not able to get the ras hanout. So I'm going to stir this to get it mixed up. I'm also going to add some golden raisins. This is very traditional in Morocco to have dried fruit in your foods, especially when you're cooking in tagine. And then once this comes to a simmer, I'm going to add a little bit of cilantro, and then I'm going to put the meatballs into the stew, cover the lid, and let them cook away in the tagine. Okay, now that I have the sauce at a nice simmer, I'm going to go ahead and add some cilantro that's been chopped and put in the meatballs. Now I'm going to put the lid on and leave it. I'm going to turn the heat way down because the liquid tends to try to come out the sides. So I'm just going to let it simmer for about 20-25 minutes, and then it will be done. It's been about 25 minutes, so I'm going to remove the lid, and I wish you could smell the amazing spices that are coming out of this dish. You can smell cinnamon and cumin and nutmeg and the tomato base. It's really incredible. So it's going to make your house smell amazing. And I have served these meatballs over mashed potatoes, over polenta, and over rice. But today I'm going to serve it over traditional couscous from Morocco. And this is how you make Moroccan meatballs in a tagine.